Relatable scenario. You finally decide you're going to get serious about money. So you Google emergency fund. And every article, every finance guru, every Reddit thread tells you the same thing. Save $7,000 first. 3 to 6 months of expenses. Don't invest $1 until it's done. And here's the part no one admits out loud. You look at that number, you do the math in your head, and you quietly think, yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. So you keep living paycheck to paycheck. You keep feeling behind. You keep feeling like you're bad with money, even though you're actually doing a lot right. If that thought feels uncomfortably familiar, good, because that's exactly what we're talking about today. My name is Adam, and I spend way too much time thinking about how people actually behave with money, not how finance textbooks assume they do. If you're someone who wants financial security but feels stuck because the right numbers feel impossible, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out, because today we're breaking down the $7,000 emergency fund myth and why it's quietly keeping millions of people stuck in place, challenging the assumption early. Look, here's the thing. The advice itself isn't wrong. It's just misapplied. Yes, having a fully funded emergency fund is good. Yes, having months of expenses saved is smart. But the way this advice is presented, it ignores human psychology, it ignores motivation, and it ignores how progress actually works. And that's a big problem. Where the $7,000 number comes from. Let's talk numbers for a second. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American household spends about $5,500 to $6,000 per month. So financial experts say save 3 months, about $18,000, 6 months, $30,000 plus. But then they soften it and say, okay, at least save $7,000 to start. Sounds reasonable on paper. But here's what most people don't realize, the reality on the ground, statistics. According to the Federal Reserve's Survey of Household Economics and Decision-Making, 37% of Americans cannot cover a $400 emergency without borrowing money or selling something. Let that sink in. Not $7,000, not $1,000, $400. So when someone living that reality hears, don't do anything else until you save $7,000, their brain doesn't hear guidance. It hears, you're failing. And that triggers something dangerous. The psychology, threat mode versus growth mode. Here's where psychology comes in. When your brain feels financially threatened, it enters survival mode. In survival mode, you avoid long-term thinking. You prioritize immediate relief. You procrastinate on big goals. You seek comfort, not progress. This is backed by behavioral economics research from Princeton, which shows that financial scarcity literally reduces cognitive bandwidth. In simple terms, when money feels tight, your brain has less capacity to plan. So telling someone in threat mode to climb a $7,000 mountain, that doesn't inspire action, it causes shutdown.
The $7,000 myth. Explain. Here's the myth, that financial safety is something you either have or don't have. That until you hit some big number, you're unsafe, unprepared, behind. But safety isn't binary, it's progressive. And this is where it gets really interesting. Why smaller emergency funds actually work better. Let's do real math. Say your monthly expenses are $2,500, rent $1,200, food $400, utilities and phone $300, transportation and insurance $600. That's $2,500. Now let's compare two scenarios. Scenario A, $0 saved. Any unexpected expense, tires, medical bill, job delay, goes straight on a credit card. Stress skyrockets. Options disappear. Everything feels urgent. Scenario B, $1,000 saved. You don't feel rich. You're not fully secure. But now, small emergencies don't wreck you. You pause before panicking. You feel a tiny bit of control. That feeling matters because control changes behavior.
Now, you might be thinking, Adam, aren't you just lowering the bar? Shouldn't we aim high? Great question. Here's the difference. Lowering the bar means expecting less. Reframing the goal means designing a system that people can actually stick to. Big difference. What actually works, step by step. Here's a framework that works in the real world. Step 1. Build a $1,000 buffer. This is not your forever emergency fund. It's a shock absorber. Its only job, prevent emergencies from turning into crises. Step 2. Shift focus to cash flow. Once small shocks are handled, your brain exits threat mode. Now you can pay off high-interest debt, stabilize income, build consistency. Step 3. Expand to 1 month of expenses. Not 6, not even 3, just 1. That alone changes how you negotiate at work, handle stress, make decisions. Step 4. Grow gradually. Only after stability exists do you aim for bigger buffers. At this point, $7,000 doesn't feel intimidating. It feels inevitable. Why this changes everything. Here's what most people don't realize. Financial success isn't about how much you save. It's about how early you stop feeling desperate. Once desperation is gone, you think long-term. You make better choices. You stop self-sabotaging. Money becomes a tool, not a constant threat. Final motivation and call to action. Start smaller. Build momentum. Let confidence compound. And if this video helped reframe how you think about emergency funds, hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and share it with someone who's been stuck at zero for way too long. I'll see you in the next one.